Hi, hello, what's up? We have now the full set of Theros Beyond Death out. I had hoped that we would be able to keep up with spoilers and not have to do a gigantic marathon video, but I'm assuming you clicked on some video with ridiculous runtime and now you're beginning that marathon with me. Right now the world record for a marathon is slightly under 2 hours. I actually have plans in less than that time, so we gotta beat the best marathon to look at this entire set. So we'll plunge into it. We've already seen a bunch of cards sorted by. Uh-oh. Is there no way to sort by spoiler date? Well, whatever. We'll just look at them in card number order. And then ones that we've already seen, hopefully we'll recognize that we've already seen them and not embarrassingly say like the exact opposite of what I said about them before or anything like that. Here we have. Sure. This is kind of cool. 1/1 lifelink actually helps you race quite well if you get it down turn 1. That adds up to quite a lot of advantage. This is situationally quite helpful. Fine. A fine card for limited. Archon of the Falling Stars we already saw, I'm pretty sure. I like this lore book they're citing, the Cosmogony. That sounds awesome. The Cosmological Agony, perhaps. I'm into it. Yeah, this card seems fun. Another icon, Sun's Grace. Pegasus creatures you control have lifelink. Wow, okay, that's cool. And of course you create some Pegasus. Even though this Archon is riding on a Pegasus, it itself is not a Pegasus. But this seems solid enough kind of as a card on its own, just as a 3/4 flying lifelink. And then if you actually have a Constellation deck to build around, that's even better. And then if you have a Pegasus deck to build around, oh baby, now we're talking. But how often have they ever actually... Is this the first Pegasus payoff card? I wanted to see ones that just, like, talked about Pegasus as... I don't know. It's not such a great lord, because all it gives is lifelink. There's no stat buff or anything. But yeah, I like when these kind of edge creature tribes that have been somewhat neglected, although they do continually reoccur, get like some special focus, just a small payoff that encourages you to make like a shoddy kitchen table deck around them. It's fun. Okay. Vanishing Light, this is a reprint. Sure. Birth of Metellus, we've seen this before. The Wall. Captivating Unicorn. Not a Pegasus, but a unicorn. Probably some horses in here too. Sure, yeah, I think we saw this before. It's kind of neat. Oh, closer to the Majesty of Nyx than I ever had before. Neat art. It's kind of interesting. If you look at like enchantment creatures, they always have the Nyx Starfield kind of within them. This is just a normal creature. It has some kind of Nyxian things going on in the background. But you can tell it's not quite full Nyx in its like flesh. This is just like purple, which is the color of all this Nyxian stuff, but is not Nyxian matter itself. So neat, sure. Remaining Presence, we saw this before. Glowing Eyes Man, sure. Dawn Evangel. Oh, okay, that's kind of cool. This can kind of get some stuff going. The problem is you're still losing the aura. You're just getting hopefully some useful creature back. But this is supposed to be played in like a low to the ground, spam a lot of creatures, kind of go wide, and then plunk a bunch of auras on all of them to make each one of them an actual substantial threat. I'm not sure if that strategy actually works. I think it's better just to have a creature that's very hard to kill, like a Slippery Boggle, and then just pile on as many auras on that one as possible. So that doesn't really... Yeah, I don't know if it's going to get there. This we saw before, the Demigod. I don't think we'd seen any other Demigods. I assumed it was like a cycle, but maybe not. Daybreak Chimera. Hey, that's kind of cool. This can be really efficient, really fast. For limited, this can easily be a 3/3 flyer for 2. And then if you just pick up like a billion during the draft, like the first one you play makes the next one you play only cost 3, which is amazing value in limited. Yeah, if I was playing limited, I might be tempted to force White Devotion and then just pick up every single one of these I saw. Seems strong. Sure, it's kind of cool. It's like silence, but then if they're up to some other stuff besides attacking and blocking, you can really get them. Fine. Or not silence. Pacifism. That's the card I was thinking of. Eidolon of Obstruction. Oh! Wow. This is very interesting. Forcing people to pay mana to activate their Planeswalker abilities is quite backbreaking, because so much of the value of Planeswalkers is that you do it on top of all the other resources you have for that turn. It's yet another thing you get to do. It's not that you ever have to make the choice. Do I do this, or do I activate my Planeswalker ability? And now it kind of is. This is the least taxing tax possible, just one generic mana. But it's something, and the stats are okay. So this is yet another white, narrow hate bear up there with Containment Priest and the guy sitting on the chair, Thalia, all these kind of taxing, blocking, hate bear type creatures. Will this have a home? It's a lot more narrow than those other ones. Almost every deck is going to play non-creature spells, so Thalia will get them. But it seems really high, but it's not actually that many decks that are playing Planeswalkers. I'm getting Deja Vu. Did I already talk about this card? Or is there another Planeswalker hosing card that we talk about in this set already? I don't know. It's a cool card, though. I'm very interested that they're going into this space. Man, I'm really getting Deja Vu. I feel like I've said all of this before. This is the first time they've done this. Mess with the costs like this. So, interesting. Ooh, Elspeth Conquers Death. Look at this friggin' art. I love when they use like very traditional media, or at least painted depictions of traditional media for these saga cards. Exile target permanent and opponent controls with mana cost 3 or greater. Cool. So already this card can be kind of a blowout. Neat. She gets to do her little Thalia thing. Return target creature, Planeswalker from your graveyard to the battlefield. All right, cool. So this is kind of interesting because it's not like Elspeth is doing all three of these things. I'm pretty sure this is supposed to represent Heliod killing her, but then this is supposed to represent her coming back. I'm not really sure what this is supposed to represent. Maybe some adventure she had in the underworlds. Like there's Erebos, and is this, that's Ashiok, I guess. That's Cerebus too. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Thalia's down there for some reason. But this is kind of cool. I guess practically it's supposed to protect the saga so that it can successfully hit the big step 3. But even this can like save your butt so often. Yeah, this card seems pretty good. Elspeth, Sun's Nemesis. So is this the plane? No, this must not be the Planeswalker deck one because we're going through by set number. 2 target creatures you control each get +2/+1 until end of turn. Not bad. Oh, she's all negative. Ooh, just like that old Sharkan. The Sharkan Dragon Mad or whatever he's called. Yeah, this seems really neat. Very cool design. And then, of course, yeah, you get the escape option. So even when she runs out of loyalty, you get to replay her. Seems solid. Even though it is only down-ticking, the fact that she's cost 4 and then comes down with 5 loyalty is quite nice, because this is effectively gaining you some life. Like, the beefier she is, the more resources that your opponent has to redirect to her instead of your face. So yeah, pretty beefy in that regard. This all seems quite useful. I don't know. It's okay. I don't think constructed playable, but in limited should be quite the bomb. Favorite of Euroas. Yeah, okay. This can be quite good. It's like a lot of these constellation cards are interesting because they're best played if you can just dole out reliably 1 enchantment per turn, right? There's no sense in double casting enchantments for this guy. I also like that he's coming out of like this Nyxian area. He's coming out of Nyx, representing the strength of Nyx, but he himself is just a human. Sure, it's just a flicker card. Sure. Very, very severely nerfed in power versus Ephemerate. They've learned their mistake. They will not make something like Ephemerate again, I'm sure. Glory Bearers. Oh, this is nice because it triggers Constellation up for this. Sure. This doesn't seem very good, but okay. This we saw before. It seems pretty nuts. The interaction that I didn't think of at the time is with... I just saw people talking about this later. Walking Ballista. So Walking Ballista. You play it. I don't know how to spell ballista apparently. How do I? Here we go. Oh, there's two L's. You can play this just for 2. It's a 1/1. Sure, whatever. Next turn you play Heliod. There's no devotion, but it doesn't matter. You give Walking Ballista lifelink. Then you remove the +1/+1 counter from it. It pings something. It's about to die as a state-based action, but before it does, I'm pretty sure you get the chance to put a +1/+1 counter on it because you gained life from it attacking. Then you get to remove the counter again, and basically you do infinite damage, gain infinite life. Or rather, you do as much damage as they have life, and then you gain that much life. Seems good. Seems good. I thought this was just sort of a value creature that in the right sort of life gain heavy white devotion deck with like a Johnny's Pride things. I was like, wow, this seems solid enough, but this is the combo. I'm pretty sure this is just an insta-kill combo. But maybe I'm not understanding the interaction right. Even if I'm not, it's an insta-kill combo for sure if you play this on 2 and it has 2 counters, because then you can remove one and it doesn't die. And then certainly you have time to put this counter on. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to take over every single format. I kind of doubt it. It seems a little too fragile. Maybe Pioneer is where this will get it worst. But Modern has a bit more digging and stuff to make it reliable. I don't know. Okay, whatever. That's what it is. Sure, it's kind of cool. Bring a Dawn that no knight can follow. It's pretty badass, even though this guy's kind of a jerk. Sure. Heliod's Pilgrim. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Tutoring. I guess this card's been around for a while. The art is new though. I really like this art. Very kind of melancholy. Plunging ahead. Heliod's Punishment. Oh yes, this is very Titan-y. This is very Sisyphusian. 4 task counters on it. Oh, so that's kind of cool. It's a total lockdown, just like pacifism, but even more so, because it loses all the abilities. I really like this. I like that it's the creature that has to do it, that the creature has to tap itself to exert this task that's been put on it. Neat. Hero of the Pride, sure. Hero of the Winds, sure. Oh, I see. Is this a vertical cycle? No, there's no Hero of the World or whatever. Saw this before. Big money reprint. That's good to see. Indomitable Will, sure. Karamatera's Blessing. Sure, okay. That's kind of cool. This might even be good in Boggles decks and stuff, because it's always going to be enchanted. I really do like this wording, where it's both enchanted creature or enchantment creature, because it makes it a lot less parasitic just with the Theros block cards. And then it's like attacking very narrow, like angled things in other formats, because it's never been that prevalent to have a lot of auras running around and have most of your creatures enchanted. But it is something you can build around. So yeah, like Boggles or something. Maybe they want this. I don't think they want to run white, though. Oh, no, they do run white. What am I talking about? Of course they run white. Because they have that friggin' Halo and stuff. I don't know. Maybe. Just the Indestructible is nice. Laguna Band Storyteller. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I like the art. I like the flavor. I like the idea that it's like multiple people are kind of contributing to the story. This guy's kind of like, I've heard this one before. I've heard this one before. And then in the Lost Pride, sure. It's kind of cool. We get some footage of the underworlds. Exploring Courser. We saw this before, I'm pretty sure. Omen of the Sun. Look at Heliod. What a jerk. Okay. Sure. That seems okay. Flanix Tactics. Alright. Sure. Go wide. Sure. I like the... Again, I'm just very interested in how they depict Nyx in the artwork when they have this kind of starry stuff going on. It's like it seems like the more involved the card is actually with enchantments and stuff, the more like pronounced and dramatic it is. Here it's just kind of some dots. He's basically worshiping like Christmas lights. It's a little sad. Whereas we saw earlier the guy that gets double strike was like, yeah, I'm coming straight out of the friggin' Milky Way. Reverent Hoplite. Sure, I think we saw this before. Rogue Assistance, yeah, we talked about this. Rumbling Sentry. Okay. Yeah. Sentinel's Eyes. Whoa. Sure. Sure. Shadow of the Sky. Each player who controls a creature with power 4 draws a card, then destroy all creatures. Ooh. So this is a little different than how white usually targets creatures. Usually it's like that they can rub out things that are huge. But here there's actually a benefit. If you are the only one with a big creature, you get more card advantage from this. Yeah, nice and flavorful. This is, of course, directly analogous to things in our real life. Not gods going to war, but politician and corporation and things like that. Invested interests. And then it's not mortals, because we're all mortals, but poor people. How nice. What a fun card. Look at this. It's sad. Sunmane Pegasus. Sure, we got a little Pegasus tribal going on with that other person. Tarinika Akron Veteran. When it attacks, untap another creature you control until end of turn. That creature has base power and toughness 4/4. Ooh, yeah, that's pretty nice. Yeah, okay. Shoutouts to Kithion, Gideon. He's dead though, but you don't know that, so that's fine. I guess they went back to Theros and made a little statue for Gideon, right? Like I think there was something already hinting at that. And maybe that's kind of what kicks off the plot of this set. I don't really know what the plot of this set is, though. Besides, Elspeth comes back. Xenagos is no longer a god. I think that's it. Those are the only things that I know happen. I think it's pretty light on plot, though. Like, I don't think this is, like, the next step of an adventure. It's just sort of like, and here's what's up on Theros. Which I like. I think that's totally fine. Transcendent Envoy. Look at this art. Oh my gosh. It kind of looks like Indestructible Order. Wow, I can't spell today. This is what comes to mind. This is legendary artwork. It's kind of the same feel. Am I wrong? This is kind of cool. Maybe the kind of Boggles aura spam decks will want to try this out, but most of their auras only cost 1. There's a lot of auras they have that cost like white, so maybe not. Plunging ahead. Sure, see, this is what I'm used to white doing. Destroying creatures with power 4 or greater, not rewarding you for having them. But this is nice. This is a good limited pickup. What is this thing? This is like an underworld thing that Elspeth is fighting. But oh my god, that's terrifying. What the hell? This is like totally different aesthetic than anything else on Theros. Hey, cool! It's like Narcissus. This guy is pretty hot. I can get it. Enters the battlefield tapped. Doesn't untap during your untap step if you control a reflection. Hey, that's very flavorful. That's very fun. Ooh, the token art is cool too. Yeah, so everyone knows that story, right? Narcissus sees his own reflection and becomes obsessed with it. That's where we get the term narcissistic from. But yeah, this is kind of neat. I like that the reflection and Alirios or whatever have inverted stats. Neat. Ashiok's Eraser. Sure, maybe we saw this before. It seems decent. Brine Giants. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Good payoff in the right limited deck. Caliphate, Beloved of the Sea. Oh, another demigod. Awesome. So just like Daxos or whatever has this line. Yeah, that's not bad. This seems quite solid. It's going to be at least a 2/3. This is a very nice line just for playing defense. And yeah, it can potentially be really strong in a way that a blue sometimes struggles to have these high power creatures that'll just close out games. So then you can kind of play all your tempo-y type cards. You can play all of your tempo aggressive creatures, and then be powering this thing up the whole time. Seems decent. Sure, these cards are always really underwhelming to me, but fine. Deny the Divine. Sure, well, that's probably quite a relevant subset of cards to be countering in this limited format. Eidolon of Philosophy. We saw this before. I think this card is actually super sweet. I think just being able to draw 3 right when you need to, right late game when things are kind of stalled out. Sure. Not that elite. You only draw 1 card. This random wandering philosophy ghost is capable of learning so much more than you. Whatever. Glimpse of Freedom. I think we saw this before. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Ichthyomorphosis. Yeah, okay. They do this sort of blue removal sometimes. Often they turn into a frog, like the card turned into a frog. And I'm here for it. I love it. It was a flop. Cute. Kiora bests the sea god. Oh, I guess that's something else that happened. We knew that Kiora was like beefing with whatever her name is, who has the Bident. I can't think of her name. But yeah, okay, that's kind of cool. You immediately get 8 power for your 7 mana. Damn. Damn. Yeah, this thing is like super beefy. This is just a win you the game card for sure. Again, I love the art. These super old-fashioned star charts and stuff. I love it. I love it. Everything about this card. I love the name too. I like these names that are kind of like descriptions of events that are quite to the point and without sort of a poetic title or anything like that. That feels like very era authentic. The fact that they call it the Sea God instead of the name, even though it kind of bugs me that I can't remember her name. Bident. Let's just search for Bident. Thassa. I kept thinking it was Nissa, and I'm like, no, Nissa's the elf girl. Anyways, yeah, this card is cool. Seems like a pretty strong finisher for blue. Like, just getting this thing will win you the game sooner or later. Whoa, this has 4 steps? You're allowed to do that? Are you kidding me? Look at this art, too. Holy moly. Okay, what does this do? Sky 2. Choose. Whoa! Whoa, look at this. Step 2, choose a card name. Step 3, when you cast a spell with a chosen card name. That's so cool. That's so cool. Okay, I love this. Thinking like a turn ahead, making that commitment. The payoff is actually super nice. You get to draw 2. Yeah, I'm all about this. This part is underwhelming a little bit. You should at least be able to like fate seal them or something. But it's information, I suppose. And the fact that you get to scry before you do all of this, you know, so you can name a card that you've scried to the second or whatever. So cool. Sure. Seems solid enough in limited. Yeah, we saw this before. I freaking love it. Look at the tentacles. Ah, I get so many tentacles. Naiad of Hidden Coves. Ooh, whoa. Hey, that could be something. Usually these sorts of enablers, though, like if you look at Baral and stuff, they're more open because they're just instant sorceries at all. And when you're comboing, you typically do want to combo off on your own turn. Well, it's like you want to combo off on your opponent's turn, obviously, because that gives you so much more control over what resources they have. But typically, it's only feasible to combo off on your turn. So I don't know. It's probably much less useful than it looks at first glance, is what I'm saying. But it is really cool. This is an incredibly cool line of text. And if they kind of keep pushing cards that have this, eventually there's going to be some deck that really opens up because of it. Nyxborn Seaguard. That's just the vanilla dude riding a magic seahorse. Fine. Omen of the Sea. There's Thassa. Oh, this is like, okay, so this is like a whole cycle because we got Heliod's earlier. One with the stars. Oh yeah, I think we saw this before. That's kind of neat. Protean Thaumaturge, blah, blah, blah. Oh, okay, that's cool. Did we see this before? I don't know, maybe. Yeah, it's kind of neat. Very fragile, but of course you want it to become something big and beefy as quickly as possible. Like this turtle. How can you kill this turtle? I like that it has flash. That the turtle has flash. But it's more just like the sea itself is moving the turtle. The turtle is just kind of tossed around. Sure. Sage of Mysteries. So this is your Constellation Mill. I don't think it's going to happen, but the art is beautiful. Yeah, but this is she's looking to the mind of people that are trying to make mill work. It's one tormented glimmer of hope. Yeah, nice try. Watch it be like a tier 1 deck. No, no, no. Sure, it's kind of cool. Big bounce. Again, and limited. This time, this will just win you some games. Shimmering Chimera. Yeah, this is good. Helps enable Constellation. And it's just a flyer. Just a big beating flyer. Yeah. Shoal Kraken. Look at this. This is your payoff right here for your Constellation deck. I like it. Is it? Can it send a beam of light? It eats the things that are drawn to the light. Oh, okay. So it is. It's like an anglerfish Kraken. That's cool. That's cool. Sleep of the Dead. Yeah, okay. Sure. Starlit Mantle. Sure. Just hexproof until end of turn. Well, sure. Stern Dismissal. Sure. See, they're using this sort of template doing a lot. And opponent controls, not just any creature. It limits its usefulness in a lot of interesting situations. Enchant creature you control. I don't know why you'd ever want to enchant your opponent's creature. And I think they do this just because there's some rule weirdness about, like, will the enchantment just fall off right away because you've just given it hexproof? I think it... No, it won't. I don't think so. I think it'll keep it on. But maybe that's why they did it. Anyways. Stinging Lionfish. Sure. That's cool art. Sweet Oblivion. I think we saw that. Ah, there's Thassa. I don't know if she'd get a card or not. Okay, so you get to bounce one thing, tap some stuff. Yeah, seems fine. I love these constellation arts. They're so cool. Thassa's Intervention. I think we saw this before. So everybody gets like an Omen, an Intervention, some Creature Buddy, maybe a couple Creature Buddies. Whoa! I was like, So this is like not quite Scry, but pseudo Scry. But then, oh boy, it's kind of cool. A little Lab Maniac-y, but much more achievable. You just have to have your Devotion to Blue higher than the number of cards in your library. Blue isn't the best at racking up Devotion, just because it's much more spell-focused than permanent-focused. But this is something to actually try to make work. Because who knows? Like, this card probably is quite difficult to balance. They might have made a mistake. It might be nuts. And the payoff of having card filtering this good seems worth it, just as a value play, even if it's not going to win your whatever. Nice. Yeah, we talked about this before. It's Thirst for Knowledge, but with enchantments, fine. Sure. More Blue Devotion stuff. Doesn't seem that strong. Thrix the Sudden Storm. Damn, this guy's awesome. Damn. That's cool. So this pushes stuff through mega quick. You can play your Gigantic Saga or whatever. Yeah, I'm into it. Towering Wave Mystic. Yeah, it's mill. It's not going to work. Keep trying. Triton Wave Rider. Sure. Hey, he's taking the fish. I like it. I like it. I like it. Fine. This looks like the art. This looks like the exact same horsefish, but the guy got off. And once the guy gets off, was that earlier here? No, I guess that was the previous page. No, wait. No. It was... Where was he? This is funny to me. Hey, where's my fish rider guy? Oh, here. Okay, so like, It's a vanilla 2/5. So this guy is providing 3 toughness, right? But then, by riding on the horse, he's removing all of the horse's magical abilities. The horse is all like, yo, what? You're playing cards now during your opponent's turn when I can't even attack? That's so hype. I'm just going to give you ideas. Like, we're going to bond on this crazy spiritual level because you're out here, like, countering stuff. Draw, go. Yo, that's awesome. And then the guy gets on and he's like, shut up. Shut up. You're a horse. I put all this armor on you. Now we're strong. And he costs, just 1 mana. Just 1 mana. What a loser. Yeah, this thing's cool. This thing, disapprove now. Definitely disapprove now. Whirlwind Denial. Okay. For each spell and ability your opponents control, counter it unless... Oh, so it's like they can have a whole bunch of stuff on the stack. Hey, this is kind of cool. It's sort of like Flusterstorm, but conceivably even stronger. And stronger in situations where there's like really messy stacks where each person has like multiple spells and counterspells and responses. This just clears out your opponent's half of them quite efficiently while letting all of your stuff go through. This seems pretty good. The fact that it costs 3 is obviously a huge downside compared to Flusterstorm costing 1. But I don't know, it's pretty cool. I hope people try to figure it out. Also, look at this guy. Block, block, block. Badass. Witness of Tomorrow. Yeah, okay. Ceases to be my concern. Into the black cards now. Sure. It's kind of neat. Can target the graveyard as well if there's nothing good in their hand. Yeah, I don't know. That's fine. I think we saw this before. Yeah. Disgusting. Sure. Oh, that's kind of useful. I don't know. Sure. Fine. Ooh, I like this sort of lore. And then in Hell, there's just people going around playing noise on instruments. That has an appeal to me. That has like a kind of gravity to it. The death of the party. More because I actually like that sort of music. It's not like, whoa, that would be torture. Like, that would drive me insane. It's like, no, I go out of my way to listen to like, do you know the subreddit crappy music? I just go there like sincerely and try to find the most like chaotic, out of tune, noisy nonsense that people are trying to record. I'm into it. I'm here for it. Drag to the Underworld. Hey, wow, that's not bad at all. Even like at the full 4 mana, instant destroy target creature. And then most of the time you're going to be paying it for 2, for 3, whatever. Damn, this card seems really nice for limited and stuff. Eat to Extinction. God damn. Exile. Okay. Huh. A little underwhelming. The exile is nice. The fact that it targets Planeswalker is nice. But like with this art, I thought it would be like exile it and then look through your opponent's library and exile all the other copies of it. To me, that's like the flavor thing. But sure. That's nice value, I guess. He's Unending Hunger given form. Just like the Eldrazi, I guess. Who's Kroxa, though? Is that a character that's shown up before? Here, we can do this is a cool search. Lore Finder. Who is this person? Kroxa. Oh, well, there it is. Well, that was spoilers. But we only looked briefly. It's one of the Titans, I guess. Elspeth's Nightmare. But we know that Elspeth came back. Sure. Okay. This one seems quite hopeless, yeah. But Elspeth actually came back. This looks like Phyrexian Obliterator. I guess it's Kraxos. Kroxa. Enemy of Enlightenment. That's kind of cool. This is definitely the sort of design I'd like to see for a demon and uncommon. Like, I'm big into the demons. That sounds wrong. I'm big into demon magic cards in the way that they're designed. And typically I like the really elaborate designs that happen usually at rare or mythic rare where they having you make these kind of complex sacrifices and trade-offs and stuff, but giving you such power. This, I think, is a nice compromised version of it that allows you to make demons at uncommon that still very much feel like demons, without the complexity necessarily. Saw this before. Cool. This art, super cool. Erebos' intervention. Sure. I like that all these interventions have like twice X. That's really hype. This doesn't seem all that great. I mean, I don't know. Final Death. Exile target creature. Sure. You got it, boss. Man, though, that other kill spell. What was it called? This one. This one seems crazy. I guess Exile is quite relevant, though, in this set. Fruit of Theros. Sure. This is kind of neat. You just want to keep this loop up of escaping and stuff. The flavor is interesting too. The lore of this tree quite intrigues me. Intrigues me. Tree. Sure. Ooh. Library for a card. Put into the graveyard. Ooh, I like this. I love graveyard tutoring. This is cool too. All sorts of synergy. It's like they had these two type lines. These two card lines, and they're like, wow, this is pretty exciting. But they knew if they made this like a 2/2 human advisor for 2, or like a 1/1 human advisor for 2 or something, it could get like way too crazy. So like, all right, let's put it on a big snake, 5 mana. Do your best. So yeah, I don't think this card's gonna get busted, but these are very exciting lines to have on the cards. So I'm still all about it. You saw this guy before, the Scourge of Original Theros, Gary. Gary's back. Grim Physician. All right, that's kind of handy. You can see this being pretty nice and limited. What else we got? Hateful Eidolon. Ooh, this is an interesting direction to go in Bogles. It's like, sure, you can get rid of it, but I'm just refueling my hand. We're going to do it all over again because my whole deck is just full of either guys like this or auras. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, I don't know. It has lifelink right off the bat. It's pretty cool. Inevitable End. We saw this before. I think this is a cool design. Very flavorful, very sad, but with like mechanical edge cases that make it quite different than just kill it. Sure. The fact that it costs mana is sort of unfortunate. It's never going to be an engine. That seems like a nice person. Well, I guess it's also sacrificing those creatures itself. Minions Return. Oh my god, I hope they don't. I hope that franchise is dead and buried. Hey, that's not bad. This gets around a whole lot of destruction that often kind of tries to kill you super dead. This is one of the more robust ones. Mire Triton. Again, I was just about to say, this looks like sub art. Yeah. I like all the dead fish. That's cool. Zombie merfolk. Maybe we saw this before. It's hard to tell. Maybe it's best that I just wait until the whole set's out and then do it all at once. And then it's either like I have to keep up with spoilers or I just give up and do it like this. Because this is kind of fun. I don't know. I think it's a little cozy. We're just here for the long haul. Look at every card. Make some mistakes. Talk about cards twice. But whatever. Sure. Sure. Ooh, the Nightmare Shepherd. Hey, so that's really cool. Like, before they've experimented with stuff like Internalize, where you get 4/4 versions of dead things, and the idea is usually that they're beefier, and that nice abilities on small creatures get to come along. Here it's the opposite. You want only creatures with very useful abilities. Their stats are going to get probably nerfed or unchanged. But you still get the access to their mana generating abilities or whatever. Yeah, this seems really, really interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm not really sure what sort of deck wants to play it, like what kind of synergies you can do to best exploit this, but I don't know. I'd like to find out. Seems quite... I don't know if I'd call this a demon in line with demon design, but now I'm just being nitpicky and nerdy. Sure. It seems like each color has its own book, which is really neat. Omen of the Dead. Okay. Like the other omens. Seems fine. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like this. The boundless quiet of death. Oh, how evocative. How evocative. Can't you picture that? That eternal silence at last. Nice. I like that you get to choose, not they get to choose. It's not target opponent sacrifices a creature or enchantment. Nice. This is quite ominous. Very, very ominous. Reads like dialogue from a tragedy. Farika's Spawn. I think we talked about this before. Gorgons. I thought he was just sitting down, like on a chair. I didn't notice he was doing this like pose. I thought he was just sitting there being like, Wah! Oh well. Sure. Scavenging Harpy. Sure. Soul Reaper of Mogus. Yeah, sure. Temple Thief. Oh, okay. Sure. Sure. Pretty narrow design. Really only useful in this block, but cool. See, it's like you can't really build around this because you can't build around your opponent having enchanted creatures or whatever, but it's cool. Treacherous Blessing. I think we saw this before. Yeah, we saw this before. It was kind of cool. I think we saw this before. This spooky ass statue. So this guy's now a demigod. I think this guy had a card before. Yeah. So toughness is equal to devotion to black. That's quite a lot worse. And this doesn't seem that great either. Compare this to the ooze, scavenging ooze. You will feel disappointed. Underworld Charger. Sure, that's kind of cool. I'm all about these horses. As I said, there's going to be horses too. So we have Pegasuses, unicorns, and horses. Just like My Little Pony. This is an old card that has been reprinted many a time, it seems. So that's neat. I like that it hasn't changed, like, well, of course it hasn't changed. It's going to have the same Oracle text, but this design is still okay. That the color pie and such hasn't shifted in so much that this sort of card can't exist. Venomous Hierophant. Hey, that's kind of cool. I like the... Oh, never mind. I thought this is when it hit. But whatever. Okay, sure. Whoa, Strider. Oh, we saw this before. This is so horrific. Oh, the poor goat. He's so scared. He didn't ask for this. He didn't want to scry. We saw this before. This art is so cool. Annex, Hardened in the Forge. Another demigod. Yeah, that's not bad. Got some satyrs. Sure. It's a little satyr synergy, I recall. Sure. Aspect of Manticore. Alright. Sure. So this is a cycle, I guess. That it gives it something until end of turn, and then something permanently. And it also continually enchants it, which is quite nice for other synergy. Sure. It's a little awkward that it has to shut itself down to ping something while it's also presumably getting bigger and bigger. But whatever. Careless Celebrant. Sure. That's not bad. Dream Shaper Shaman. Wow. Okay. Now this looks fun to play with in Limited for sure. Crazy things hopefully happening for you. I like this this flavor text. It on one level suggests like playing Magic is the true artist's medium, like crafting decks and bringing them to life through skillful piloting. But then if you actually look at the effect of the card, it's kind of like Just randomness. The true artists just speak through randomness and do things at random. So I don't know. Cool card though. Sure. Manticore, not Masticore. I've been confused about that before. And it's Heart from Hate. Damn. We saw this before. Silly old man. Sure. What is this thing that it's fighting? Is that perhaps another Titan? I'm excited to see the Titans. I'm super hyped that they're getting cards, even though we kind of spoiled that one exists. We'll look at it soon enough. Sure. Sure. I'm furious at the man named No One. You're mad at No One? I always thought that the other Cyclopses were like so mean to that Cyclops. Like obviously that's, I guess they were all stupid. But like come on. Like why would he have blinded himself then? Like what, obviously there's I don't know. Whatever. Who cares? Yeah, that's kind of neat. Some card advantage. The art is really cool. Hero of the games. It's time to duel. Okay. Here's the Revel. So there is a similar cycle in white, this semi-vertical cycle. Sure. Impending Doom. Ooh, look at this art. Look at this flavor. What is going on here? Very interesting. Do you play it on your creatures? Do you play it on your opponent's creatures? Yeah, that's kind of neat. I like it. The art, very cool. Any of these ones where it's just kind of slices of celebration, but with this kind of unnerving twist, I'm very much into here. Incinerary Oracle. All right, sure. Burning stuff up. Furiate, sure. Reprint. I like that that's a reprint, but it's still a Minotaur that's like super pissed off. Sure. Reprint with new art, that is. Okay, sure. I like these auras that have an immediate effect when they ETB. Like, that's actually super useful. And then if it sticks around and buffs your creature, good. But you've probably already gotten a card from it. Oh, look at this art. I love it. Just the like the flowers and stuff, the pristineness of the scenery. This guy is this friggin' asshole. I've had it. I'm too irreverent for this. Yeah, look at this. Look at that. Only blasphemy. Oh, everything about this card. Perfect card. Exploring Brute. Sure. Is this a stats inverse of another vanilla creature? Maybe. This one is better. More power is always better than more toughness. Sure. Omen of the Forge. Right. It's the cycle. Sure. Ored of Mountains Blaze. Sure. Oh, we saw this before. This Ox is friggin' badass. I like it. Sure. Phoenix of Ash. Of course. A Phoenix. Damn. This Phoenix is not the kind of beautiful, majestic, aura of fire type phoenixes we've seen before. This is just a bird skeleton that is on fire, and perhaps cruelly to it, it will just not die. And it kind of looks like vulture-ish too. Yeah, I'm all about this. But yeah, it makes sense. It just has an escape thing. That's very phoenixy. This seems like one of the more pushed escape cards. Usually this cost is higher, like 8. I think I've seen 5 quite a lot. 3 seems a lot more manageable. 3 seems to kind of be the magic number. This sort of has a nice synergy with, what's it called? Arc length Phoenix, Arc wing Phoenix, Arc something Phoenix. That bounces back from 3. You've had to pay 3 to fuel this. I don't know. It's nowhere near as good though. Portrait of Betrayal. Sure. There's new Porphyros. So we get to do some sneak attack type stuff. It's pretty neat. I think we talked about this card before. So it's basically much more expensive sneak attack, but with the upside that it could become a 7/6 indestructible creature as well. Ideally, you would put down some crazy dragon that just gives you enough red devotion anyways. Like Dragon Tyrant, I think would do it. It's easier to search like this. I think this has 4 red mana symbols in the casting cost. No, I'm thinking of this line of text. Not even Dragon Tyrant, damn. Is there anything? Is there anything that'll give you enough devotion? All sorceries. Well, whatever. So you can't sneak attack and then make this into a creature unless you already have some other stuff going on. But you probably already have some other stuff going on. It's kind of neat. Kind of exciting to have a sneak. Oh, it's only red creatures. Nah. Oh, artifact creatures is good, though. You can still do your Blightsteel. I'm definitely getting deja vu. I'm sure we've talked about this card before. I don't think we've seen this before. It's kind of cool. He's blasting the earth. I recast all the world. My gosh. So yeah, big boy, kill something, sure. 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 It's quite the beard this person has. Oh, that's kind of cool. Looking forward to seeing this card. Yeah, very flavorful. Oh, there it is. I guess I spoiled myself a little bit, but that's fine. I like that they do this, other parts, when there's like an explicit reference. Sure. Yeah, she's having a fun time. Storm Herald. Oh, we saw this before. Yeah. Sure. Storm's Wrath. I think we saw this before too. Seems decent. I think we saw this before as well. Also seems decent. Hey, that's not bad. Draw 2. Oh, this is like a new staple. It was in the last set, and now it's in this set. Plus, it's getting like the special promo printing in this set. So we'll probably see this in every other set this year. The Triumph of Annex. Hey, is another 4-1. Wow. Oh, that's so cool. The fact that it's actually based on the number of lore counters. Wow, I'm all about that. The fact that the turn it fights, it doesn't have one of these boosts is sort of awkward though, but there's no real good way to do that. What else we got? Underworld Breach. Oh, I think we saw this before. Sort of past and flamesy, but having to exile 3 for everyone adds up quite quick. But maybe there's some way to make this work. It's neat. It's definitely worth a try. Underworld Fires. So this is useful. Sure. Sure. That's fine. We saw this before. Very creepy. Ooh, there's like a complete alternate art promo as well. That's interesting. I wonder what that's for. The Binding of the Titans. See, this is what made me excited that we were going to get Titan cards. I think it was this card. Maybe there's another reference to Titans, but I think we've seen this one before. Yeah. So this is how you bind them. Get them gone. Yeah, I'm excited to see those. I hope they're going to be nuts. Yeah, we saw this before. Sure. Ooh, that's not bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. This can be big. Yeah, maybe. Ooh, this is kind of like a sequel to Courser, right? That's the name of that card, right? The one thing I really do like about Mythic Spoiler is that it would just show that card, like the direct comparison cards. Courser? Is that how you spell that? Yeah, Courser of Kruphix. Same stats, same mana cost. Here you get you get this thing going on. Here you get the additional land, but this is pretty nice. I think this makes Scapeshift Valakut even crazier because it's lands you control. It's not basic lands you control. So all the Valakuts are mountains as well, right? That's pretty nuts. This is also just always so useful. Yeah, this seems pretty good. I'm not surprised that this costs a lot of money. Corsair is a really solid card too, and like Cuban stuff. I think this is worth taking quite highly. So yeah, the question is like whether this is more useful generally outside of like combos like Scape Shift, Valakut, make Valakut crazy. Whether or not this is useful enough to make up for not being able to look at the top card and cast it, because this is like super useful just to get you through the lands in your deck to make your draws so much better. The first I wrote in games. Wow, I love it. The pottery art, the fact that they have this Olympic equivalent. We're going back to hear about it. Hey, what? Ah, look at this. What a fun little story. All the abilities synergize so well together. Cheeky little ending, getting some gold. They're the only usage of gold tokens in this set, I'm pretty sure. But they'll do it just for this. And to highlight the fact that gold and treasure, I guess, are sort of evergreen now. Usually they use treasure now. It's interesting they brought back gold. I hope clues eventually get the same sort of treatment. I think clues are super cool. Gift of Strength. Sure. Hydra's Growth. Sure. Hey, that's pretty cool. This can get really big really fast. It's neat because the best type of creature to put it on is probably a Hydra. Seems flavorful. Hyrax Tower Scout. Sure. Elsian Caryatid. The Caryatid before was quite strong. Sylvan Caryatid or whatever. I guess that's not from Theros. That was a Caryatid, right? Yeah, this thing. I love this card. Oh, that is from Theros. This card is really cool. Okay. Hey, that's not bad. You can get this going really fast in green, and then this ramps you like crazy. Yeah. Wow. Cool lore, too. Wait, so Elspeth doesn't get to go here. What a dick that Heliod is. Sure. Sure. Loathsome Chimera. Yeesh, this doesn't look like a green card. This looks like a black card. Yes, indeed. Terrifying. Sure. Cancel of the Wolf. Yeah, okay. This is pretty good value. So a lot of them have like big ETB effect. This is more like the exit the battlefield effect. Look at that wolf. Look at his little spirals. I love it. Sure. A furious rebirth awaits you. Awesome. Yeah, sure. Vanilla Snake. They can take care of themselves. They sure can. Mystic Repeal. Damn, this looks like a counterspell. Looks like you're countering something, but that's actually not bad. This is maybe even better than killing it in a lot of circumstances because there's various enchantment recursion and stuff. But to bottom it, like there's generally no getting that back. There's no real tutoring in this set outside of auras. We saw this before. It's crazy. Sure. That's not bad. I like the art. It's hanging out on its big buddy. Sure. Yeah, that's not bad. You get card advantage. You make your draws a lot better. These constellation decks seem to be adding up to something. Maybe. This one probably not going to get you there. But sure. Ooh, new Nyla. Cool. Creature spell. Wow. Alright, very exciting. Maybe we saw this before. Oh my god, I'm just losing my mind. I'm just losing my mind. I feel like we saw this before. But that's a very cool line of text. This is useful too. The fact that it fills up your graveyard is neat as well. I'm sure that's useful for a lot of the decks. Yeah. Yeah, it's not bad. Oh, good card. I'm looking at a lot of cards. Sure. Sure. I was looking at comments about this card, and it's like, the art is so inappropriate. It really is. What about this suggests... Like, it's more just like, this is what Nyla is all about. Like, we're just seeing Nyla's domain. But what suggests finding land cards or dealing damage to creatures with flying. But look at this little fox. Nyx Herald. Sure. Nyx Bloom Ancient. Ooh. If you tap a permanent for mana, it produces 3 times as much of that mana instead. Okay, I love it. I love it. I love it. Whoa! You know what I like this with is that like Llanowar gang or whatever it's called. Did I spell that right? Yeah. Llanowar tribe. This thing taps for 9 green. Yo, this thing is so cool. Oh man, I want to see this used. I want to see people try to make this work. The fact that it's 7 mana, though, I'm really not thinking this is going to get you there. Because once you can play 7 mana, like, who cares? Like, the next thing you're supposed to hit is, like, Crater Hoof, I guess. You can just do that already. So, I don't know. Like, what's the plan? Ramp from this into Emrakul? Seems quite unnecessary. Whatever. Sure. Omen of the Hunt. We got some trees. You want some trees? Seems okay. Sorry, 1 second. I want to check a message. I don't want to have it on recording. Okay, that's fine. Okay. Sure. It's interesting that they have the remainder text for fight just on this card. I haven't seen it anywhere else. Fine, plummet, old card. Sure. Sure. This is a story card. Interesting. Again, don't really know what's going on with the story. I'll have to kind of learn about that later. Renata called to the hunt. Another demigod. Neat. Hey, that's pretty neat. Yeah, okay. I think this is pretty solid. It's a little more expensive than the other demigods. But again, it's at least a 2/3. Probably pretty quickly it's going to be much bigger than that. And then all of you guys are going to get bigger too. Sure. Damn. Oh, hey, Heliod's going to lose. What an asshole. But yeah, this seems nice. It's just like strictly better naturalized. Ah, we saw this before. Did we? No, we did. But there's another card. Oh, no, it is this card. Yeah. This seems nuts. I would really like to see people try to build around this. And the other enchantresses. Sure. Setzian Skirmisher. Sure. Okay. I think we're getting near the end. We're at 201 of 254. And then there's a bunch of bonus cards, but probably most of those won't be all that interesting. Sure. Yeah, this is strange that you don't get to look at it or anything first. But, you know, it's supposed to synergize with this, but then it's like you really want to do this to get through your lands or whatever. So it's good when it's working, but... Sure. This is the biggest buff from escaping I've seen so far, so that's kind of neat. But, sure. What is a Typhon? It makes me think of that Final Fantasy enemy. You know, that's in Final Fantasy VI. He's just like a jerk, and he's buddies with Ultros, and he works at the arena. You must know who I'm talking about. Either that or I just will never be able to explain who I'm talking about. Warbriar Blessing. Sure. Oh, I guess there is a remainder text for a fight. Wolf Willow Haven. Cool. Hey, cool. Yeah, this is nice. Early game ramp, late game, you get to do something. Get yourself a cute little wolf. Okay, we're into the gold cards. So the big titans can be lurking here. That's exciting. This is not so exciting, but it's fine. This we saw before. The art is awesome. This, I believe, we saw before. Yeah, this is a really, really cool ultimate. Because there's so many different ways that things can get into exile. You can cast their suspend stuff. you can cast stuff they've used to pay a cost a while ago. And then, of course, through these abilities as well. And the fact that it pluses to generate tokens seems really, really nice. This seems pretty good too, that you get to bounce anything, and then in situations where they're like Hellbents, you're just getting rid of that card. Yeah, I don't know, this seems quite strong. It can ult quite quickly, so in certain situations, when they actually do have a lot of stuff just exiled from somewhere else, then you can use them to get it like super fast, but more likely you're just going to be wanting to kind of grind them out until you hit something really good to cast off this. Yeah, this card is neat, super neat, hard to evaluate, but you know, that's how Planeswalkers are. We saw this before, this card is friggin' awesome. The kind of fact or fiction type thing. Yeah, yeah, fact or fiction with the face down, face up. That's so cool. I'd like to just see straight up fact or fiction with that change. I think it would be super interesting and still very, very powerful. This is much less powerful just because it's only 3 cards, but it's really neat. Bronzehide Lion. Oh man, this card is so cool. I'm just still thinking about this card. Like imagine bluffing, where you give 2 face-up cards and 1 face-down card. And they're thinking like, okay, well, probably the strongest card is the 1 face-down card. So I should take that. Surprise, that's just a land. You got friggin' bluffed, right? It's some crazy a-causal trading 2-boxing Omega AI Roko's Basilisk insanity, where if they can anticipate your greed, they can totally get you. Ah, this card is so cool. More design like this. Face down pile and face up pile. My gosh, it's brilliant. Okay, what's going on here? Oh, that's fun. It's like Haunt. It's like Haunt, but a little cleaner and more understandable. Really beefy stats too. Maybe just good, period. Hey, a new Planeswalker! It's just some new guy we've never seen before. A green white Planeswalker. Is this the first one? I feel like that's something people keep asking for. Exactly these colors. No. There's a Johnny's. Yeah, there's a bunch of Johnny's. Right. And this person too. Maybe there's another color combination people were asking about. Not bad. Cool. You turn anything into an O-ring. You like bind it to any given enchantment as if it was an O-ring. Pretty cool. Pretty neat. I remember when this was just a 4-mana spell on its own called Replenish, and it led to some really crazy decks. I guess this is a lot more reasonable. Yeah, this is cool. I'm about it. Dalikos, Crafter of Wonders. I think we saw this before. It's pretty neat. Devourer of Memory. Kind of cool. A little mill synergy. I think we saw this before. Yeah, we saw this before. Oh my gosh. Ooh, Dream Trawler. I don't think we've seen this before. Neat. I like that Sphinxes are getting this sort of ability where they can either attack or they can kind of withdraw and be hexproof. That seems quite flavorful and interesting. Yeah, I don't know. It seems quite strong. Drawing a card every turn, dealing a lot in the air. Yeah. Enigmatic Incarnation. If you do switch your library for a creature card with... What? So it's kind of like Birthing Pod. Which is cool. I like that you sack an enchantment to get a creature. That seems really flavorful and leads to weird gameplay. And then if you're playing a lot of enchantment creatures, then you can just fully Birthing Pod and just chain enchantment creature into enchantment creature into enchantment creature. Very, very cool. I don't think it's going to get there. It's so expensive. It's 2 colors. You have to be playing like cheap enchantments to start the chain. You can only chain once per turn. It's at your end step, which is awkward. Like, it's good because you get to do it the turn this comes down, but like, yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's gonna get there, but it's a really cool design. Eutropa the Twice Favored. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Sure. We saw this before. I just love the art. Just the colors and the fun of it and the fruit and oh, I love it. Probably my favorite art of this set. This poor guy too. Haktos the Unscarred. Oh, he's like Achilles. Attacks each combat fable. There's a battlefield. Choose 2, 3, or 4 at random. Ha! It's just like Achilles. I love it. I love it. Each converted mana cost other than the chosen number. That's so cool. So it's like, which one will be his Achilles heel? Will they be able to strike just at that weak point? I love it. It's a 6/1. Oh, so much to love about this card. So this means that he's unblockable from creatures of any converted mana cost between one of these. He can't be targeted by spells. Converted mana cost outside of one of these. Really, really neat card. Very fun. Good flavor. Hero of the Nyxborn. So it's another of the hero cycle, which was in red and white, and now is in this both. Neat. I'd kind of like to see this at rare and do something really cool, but this is good enough, I guess. A little anthem effect. Saw this before. Holy crap, the art is so awesome. I guess it's the only 2-color god because she didn't get a card in original Theros since Xenaghost took her spot. So that's good. Good for you. Made your debut. Ah, here we go. Here we go. These are the Titans. Elder Giant. Okay, this is already super sweet. They don't mess around with putting this Elder creature type. We've seen it on the Elder Dragon Legends. We've seen it on Elder Dinosaurs. And now, for the first time, Elder Giants. So they're not gods, they're Elder Giants. That's pretty cool. Now, enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it escaped. Very flavorful. Whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card, then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life. Very cool. I like that it taxes what commonly is the most discarded card type. So of course just lands that you don't need. You're punishing them for that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And then this is the only way to really play it. This mana cost is just sort of decorative unless you like stifle this or whatever. But it's like 2 mana, get it into your graveyard, then you can escape later. Still a 6/6 for basically 4. This is kind of awkward though. It means that you're probably not powering it out before turn 5. And under like the best case scenarios. Yeah, not that strong. Cool concept with the escape only. I assume we'll see this for the other Titans as well. Exciting type line. This is pretty exciting. I thought it would be a little crazier. Doesn't seem all that good. And I thought it would have really crazy art too. That's kind of disappointing. Something that kind of matched the god constellation arts. But I always like the lore of there being the Titans and then the gods, and that the Titans were kind of uncivilized. They weren't able to kind of integrate into the world of man. They were, I don't know, there's exceptions. Prometheus was like buddy of man. Whatever. Enough talk about actual things where I can embarrass myself by misremembering. Move on to more cards. Like this guy, I like this guy. We saw this before. That it's like Grafdigger's Cage, but on a big dog. A big dog with a pretty amazing stats. Yeah. Mischievous Chimera. Ooh, that's not bad. So this is kind of like that seahorse. Cares about casting spells during your opponent's turn. I think that's really neat. And it's a good thing to have in Limited to kind of introduce new players to the concept of doing that. You want to do things as late as possible when possible. So this before, I saw a comment that pointed out, it's like, before it was a 5/5, it had 5 heads, and now you can see 1 head was cut off and there's like 2 new heads. And then when it escapes, it goes from 6 heads to 12 heads, because presumably it died. Now it's a 12/12. Cool. Hey, that's some flavor right there. Sure, choose one or both. That's kind of cool. Bring somebody back and enchant them immediately. Could be kind of strong. There's such nonsense out there as like Eldrazi Conscription. Siona, Captain of the Pylias. Sure. Yeah, that doesn't seem bad. Slaughter Priest of Mogus. Sure. Seems fine. Staggering Insight. I think we saw this before. Only cowards flee from the truth. This seems actually pretty decent. Given all the other aura synergies and stuff. Oh, look at this other Titan. Yo, he looks so cool. He looks so cool. Alright, so again, you gotta stack it right away. But this one actually has an ETB effect. Wait, maybe this one did too. Oh, okay, that makes it actually way cooler. I didn't even notice. Yeah, whenever it ETBs or attacks. Okay, this is pretty cool. This one, 3 life and draw a card. Then you get to growth spell, put a land into. This seems pretty cool. This seems pretty cool. Because even for just 3 mana to cast this spell, gain 3 life, draw a card, and put a land onto the battlefield. Seems pretty sweet. And then later, being able to get a 6/6 that does that on every swing. Yeah, I'm kind of into it. And the art is really crazy. Maybe these cards are actually stronger than I'm giving them credit for. I forgot. Somehow I overlooked the fact that it's on ETB as well. Alright, that's neat. Let's see the third one. Assuming. We saw this before. Big lag in the background. Hey, what? Where's the other one? Isn't there 3? Excuse me? There's definitely 3 in the Binding of the Titans art. I thought there would be 3. Okay, well, we'll find out, I guess. Hey, that's kind of cool. God, demigod, or legendary enchantment. That's neat. Devotion to each color and each combination of colors is increased by 1. Cool. Bronze sword. Sure. Could be useful. Don't underestimate this cheap equipment. I was playing Dominaria Limited with a friend of mine a bit ago. And our biggest success came from decks that used a lot of cheap equipment. It just adds up to so much damage over time. Yeah, okay. Sure. Could be useful. Ooh, Mirror Shield. Like in Zelda. Neat. So, this doesn't protect your creature, though. You still die from the Death Touch thing. Right? Or, no, because this happens before damage. This happens before damage. Okay, that's really cool. Very flavorful. Kind of useful. Very narrowly useful. But the hexproof, I guess, is generally quite nice. We saw this before and we complained about it a lot. Why is it a Lotus? It doesn't tap for 3. It doesn't sack itself. It doesn't cost 0. Sure. Fine. That's kind of neat. This is situationally a huge blowout. I like that you can do this even if you're not equipping it to something. That seems very handy. Sure. This is good. Yeah, this seems good. The fact that you can't do this and draw a card, though, makes it a lot worse than... what's that card? You know, Relic of Progenitus. Sure, nice. Bird. A vehicle, sure. Kind of a boring vehicle, but I guess they just want to keep it fresh in people's minds that these cards exist. Maybe it'll be another crazy vehicle. Sure. Getting near the end. Hey, Zekarus. Cool. Aww. Field of Ruin. Cool. Becoming more and more evergreen. This is neat because of the Maze Warden. Really cool. So it's kind of like Maze of Ith, but way less strong because you have to pay 4. But yeah, not bad. You see these temples before. Very pretty, very pretty art. Sure. Woo, we saw these. Yeah, we saw these. This is like alt art for the Elspeth that we've already seen. Now we're getting into bonus cards. So I assume this is just going to be mostly alt arts of things we've already seen, but we'll look through them quick to make sure there's nothing crazy. Where's that third Titan? I think we saw this before. Yeah, this is the buy a box promo. So this one multicolored god got a bonus card. I guess that's fine. We saw this before. These are the Planeswalker Dex ones. I think we've seen them all before. Bonus. Basic land. I'm starting to think we're not getting our third Titan. These are from Planeswalker decks or... No, these are from the Brawl decks or something. Yeah. But we saw these before. So that's fine. I just gotta get going, so I'm kind of hoping there isn't really that much else new. I think we've seen the whole set now. But yeah, I gotta get going soon, so this timing worked out pretty well. Where's the third Titan? There's definitely supposed to be 3, right? Are they saving that for the next time we come back to Theros? I guess that's fair. There's no way I just missed it. Is Polukranos a Titan? I don't think so. Yeah, that's it. Only 2 Titans. How odd. I want to look quickly at... Ooh, see, it's all big... Oh, the Elder Demons, too. I thought there was one other one I was forgetting. Elder Dragons, Elder Dinosaurs, now Elder Giants. Maybe the next one will be Elder Sphinx. Be kind of neat. We've already had so many like big deal Sphinxes though, big deal legendary Sphinxes. So it would have to be like really, really Elder to be more Elder than like this guy, I guess. This guy seems pretty this guy especially super Elder, founded one of the guilds of Ravnica. So I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's all for now. Bye bye.